Hey everyone, now that the heat has died back, let's take an updated walk through the garden and just see what's all planted, what's growing, what's not growing, all that good stuff. So the first thing is, if you guys remember, when we had too much squash, I planted a bunch of it out here. Well, that's all that's left. But you know what? It's okay. Now I know the dream was to have it like cascade down this hill. Not gonna happen. But that's okay. We have something growing. And then we have the rosemary patch over here is still doing pretty good. This guy did bloom, and I've taken some cuttings and taking it up to continue to grow it, but so far so good. And those are just garbage cans, but we have, these are the transplanted daisies. Not doing great, but that's okay. This heat like killed a lot of things, so I'm not super surprised. And in our little misfit bucket's actually doing pretty good. I think I'm gonna pull this onion really quick because, oh, she did. But hey, what a cute little onion. I guess it's a mini harvest. These are marigolds, I'm pretty sure, that are popping up. And I don't know what this flower is. It's kind of neat, but yeah, this is our misfit patch. Looking pretty good. And let's see, this has died for the year, but that's okay. We'll eventually plant it, but strawberry patch looking pretty strong, pretty healthy. I haven't seen any additional berries, but I have seen little critters in their marking, so maybe next year we're gonna get some straw, some fencing. Corn's looking great. The rose bloomed again, so that's super exciting. One year I do want to get a different spot for her. For now, this is where she lives. But corn looks great. Tomatoes have just exploded. And I'm talking about the different varieties, right? So these are, I think these are the midnight snack. So those are going to turn like a darker purple. I think these are one of the black beauties I planted. And then there's just like cherry tomatoes all thrown in here, every which way, shape, or form. It's wild. And the ground cherries are doing pretty good too. You can see little cherries under there. We're gonna wait until they fall, as ground cherries do. Peppers look good. This zucchini has exploded. I thought tomatoes did. These zucchini are huge. Now they are a yellow zucchini variety. I don't think I did very good on pollination this year. So some of them, like that one there, looks a little sad, but it's okay. We're learning, right? And I didn't trellis them like I thought I was going to. Onwards and upwards, you know? There's some marigolds peeking out back there. That's kind of cool. Our experiment has gone really well. So I'll definitely be able to plant stuff in here on purpose next year. We can see, I think this is pumpkin, has just taken off. And then way back here, we actually have spinach that bolted and went to seed. So I'll be able to collect spinach seeds. And I don't remember planting this, but there's some lamb's quarter. That's kind of cool. That's the backyard. Let's head to the front. And up front, the beans look really healthy. Now, the kale does not. The lettuce does not. And if you guys want to see something really funny looking, are my cucumbers. They look ridiculous. Like, this is so silly. So what I found out by reaching out to a couple people on Facebook groups is that I did not get a good pollination for the cucumbers. Probably because, if you guys remember, this was way overcrowded. So I'm probably going to be tearing this out and putting a new batch in with some flowers to increase pollination. But yeah, if you don't get good pollination on your cucumbers, they kind of look funky. You can still eat them. They're safe to eat. They just, you know, aren't great. So that looks great though. Sage looks good. Dill looks good. This I've harvested so much since then. And this is the chamomile. It looks amazing. We'll be doing this again next year, as well as the winter sowing techniques seem to work beautifully. Our toothache plant hasn't come up yet, but it has lots of beautiful leaves, and our asparagus looks amazing because remember, we're not going to harvest it this year. This is all going to flower, but it looks great. And we even had, I know this looks so sad, it's been so hot. We even had a couple flowers pop up this year in this part. So that is up top. Now we just have the backyard. Then we have the backyard up top. So this is our deck, and you have the boysenberries, look amazing. We have some basil, mint, and the thyme looks beautiful this year. I know I struggled last year, but this year it looks great. Blueberries are done for the season. That's okay. Peanuts are looking pretty healthy, and they're starting to flower, which I've never seen before, so that's kind of cool. I'll have to look into that more later. We have our poor raspberry is tragically gone. This heat just absolutely destroyed it. That's okay, maybe next year. I feel like this year is a lot of me being like, that's okay, next year, and that truly is okay. Our potatoes, this is the second round. They are looking a little mixed bag. I think I'm gonna wait because this is still pretty green, and I think that's where I made the mistake on that batch, was picking them too soon. Chickpeas haven't done anything, but it's only been a couple days. You know, this is a squash. It was the volunteer one from my compost. I don't know what it is. If anyone else knows what it is, feel free to leave in the comments below. These are what the flowers look like. It's beautiful. I love all the color. I just don't know what it is. And then we have our grape, and that's a grape. And the last of our sad figs, because I found out, I was like, oh my gosh, wow, what insect has been doing this? The dog. That's what insect is. So yeah, that is an update of the garden all around. Thanks everyone, and like I said, I think this year is a learning year for me. I'm learning what's working, what's not working, and we're building upon that foundation, and that's okay. We're gonna keep learning, and we're gonna make more mistakes next year, but thanks for following along, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.